Hey, good morning. It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. I'm coming to you live in the dark, apparently, in Utah near Zion National Park. That's where I am now. So my hours and my times are all messed up. Hope everybody's doing well. And we're doing practice. As said yesterday, um, talking about the Phoenix project and just in general, practicing what you do makes you better than not, and gets you prepared to get. What was the fortune cookie? I don't know, something about getting lucky person gets lucky every once in a while. But you wouldn't be ready in case luck does appear. So we're here, 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. We're here to talk about Agile stuff and Scrum and planning and doing things to help us all get better at Agile. And I'm going to keep it brief today. I'm out at a wedding. So Monday when I do my normal, what fun thing did you do this past weekend? What's your next fun thing? And what's blocking you from having fun? I guess I can talk about the wedding and hiking and the national park and things like that. So I want to say good morning. We always talk about timelines and codes like that and what's going on. And I think it's 7:57 East Coast time, and it's 5:57 here in outside of Zion National Park. I was hoping to get some mountains. I could see they're kind of peeking through up there because the place we're at, we're right outside the mountains. So maybe as we do the show, the sun will rise and you'll see stuff. It's still pitch dark out. So we're up before everybody else. I know they do some hiking at 6 a.m., so we're going to try to do that. Anyway, good morning. I hope everybody's having an awesome day or started their day awesome and have a great weekend. We'll talk about two things. I think I've mentioned a couple before, but I'm kind of re-hit a couple of these things. Daily Scrum or daily stand-up, depending on which system you're using. It's good to have, and when you do your invites, I think I've said this before, I list the names, everybody's names in order. And the reason why it helps to have on the agenda, one, it sets an agenda. So as a Scrum Master, part of the job is facilitating. Part of facilitating is setting up an agenda for everybody to talk about and understand what they're working on. And by putting people's names on the invite, not in the two and the CC and line copy part of, let's say, Outlook or whatever system you're using for calendar management, but actually in the agenda. It gives them a understanding that they are a part of the daily Scrum and they're not supposed to be not a part of it. It also helps set up expectation that we're going to call on you and you're expected to be a part of it. And also what's nice about that, if you have the people that are talking listed and then you set up like in order all your dev and test people and your people that are really part of the team all the time, and then at the end you put like product owner so and so, Scrum Master so and so. So it always should be the product owner towards the end and the Scrum Master definitely last in the conversation during daily Scrum, because you want the team to talk. It's their meeting, right? And then also it tells everybody who comes to the meeting that they are supposed to listen and not actually speak. And actually, I would actually put in the invite any stakeholders, anybody are more than welcome to attend the daily Scrum. However, if you want to bring anything up, please bring it to the Scrum Master's attention prior, so the Scrum Master can ensure whether or not it will be a distraction or not to the team, and protect the team, because that's their job. So that's something in the daily to list the names. And one other reason why to list the names is I did a blog post on my own personal blog a while ago about the beeping, right? You want to turn off the beeping on the phone, and you don't really need people to say who they are coming in to the meeting, and because that's such a distraction getting daily scrum done. It's ridiculous. You don't want to, hey, beep, it's Bob, beep, it's Greg, beep, it's Jane, beep, it's Sam, beep, it's Sally, whatever. You don't want that in your daily scrum, because everybody will be like, okay, let's wait 2 minutes for all the beeping to end. And you want to start on time, but that's another blog post. But you just want, if you have a list and you list, like if you're a scrum master, anybody on the team can read through the list who's next and go through the order. Everybody knows who's supposed to be next and what they start. And it's very lean, because you don't have to go figuring out who's there. It keeps that 15 minutes even tighter, right? We want to get done and out and be very lean in how we use our time in the day. And non-lean ops, like trying to figure out who is in the meeting. Figuring out who is in the meeting is not lean. That's waste. I guess you'd call it Muda, right? So just trying to figure out who's there is not worth it. You can go through the list, Harry, Bob, Jane, Peter, whatever. You go through the list, and then when you go through, you can come back up and hit anybody who was missing. Like, okay, anybody log in late for the daily scrum, which happens all the time. That's, you always want to be there early, but I usually give my teams about like a minute to get there for the daily scrum, because they have to come from other meetings or they're transitioning. Anyway, so let's say your daily scrum starts at 8. That's what time says. Everybody says, oh, we have to be starting at 8. You know what? There's always rooms and people in real estate that conflicts that. So, yeah, it starts at 8. 8:01 is the latest, and at 8:01 I start naming names on the list, and we go from there. So anyway, that's daily scrum, the list of names and everything like that. The other one I want to talk about daily scrum, because we talk about a lot of different things. I want to talk about using communication tools like Slack, Mattermost, things that allow communication or chat type function in the office. I've been to so many organizations that when I got there did not have anything like that. They were living via email communication or maybe something like Skype, and I would see their screen and they would have 20 or 30 Skype windows open. It's not very useful. I mean, it is useful. I mean, it's better than not having it. And I will say, if you use what you got if you don't have nothing. But what I like about communication tools like Slack and other ones is that, one, it doesn't, you don't lose the conversation. 2, it keeps an eye on it. So the reason why I like it, and you can talk to a group of people. So you can set up a channel for your team and daily scrum. I wouldn't call it daily scrum. I would just call it the team. And in the channel, like if I was going to be late, like I'm going to be out of town or I'm going to be climbing a mountain in Utah. When you do it, it allows everyone on the team to provide their individual responses for daily scrum. Like the night before, I'm going to be out tomorrow. This is what I did today, and this is what I'm going to do when I get back. And my blockers are, I'm going to be out tomorrow. You type that in, right? Looks like spiders. Maybe it'll be a lizard running around here. You type that in to the communication tool, and everybody can see it. You do not need the Scrum Master to go through in the room and say, Greg is going to be out for an hour tomorrow. He did his daily Scrum meeting notes, and he will be back in a day and he'll work on the next Agile coaching job that he has in the office or something like that, whatever it would be, right? Or I finished coding task A. When I get back, I will pick up on whatever is available, or I have to do some unit testing on task B or something like that. Maybe that's what they would say, but they would type that into the message so everybody knew where they were and where their status was. They didn't need to go find anybody. The other nice thing about using those communication tools are the changes in time zones. I know yesterday we went from Nevada and we came here to Utah. We lost an hour because we drove past the time zone. And when we go back, we'll gain an hour back. When you're offshore and onshore and you have like daylight savings time here in the States, it gets really tough for people offshore because they have to work later, right? So what I really encourage people to do is use a communication tool to allow some of the offshore folks, if they don't feel comfortable staying at the office to meet your daily scrum, they can write into the message what they did, and everybody in the team sees it. It's not an individual like a lead or some point person they talk to, at 6 a.m. in the morning East Coast time, telling them what technical stuff they did and what they're working on. It is a direct them type into the entire team what they had done. And it's pretty cool. You can see the mountains starting to come up. I guess the sunlight's coming up, so that's like the top of the mountains. That's pretty cool. But I don't think we're going to see it before the show's over because we got to go hit up in the hills. Anyway, it is 11:35 into the show. This is 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. And I think we're going to go out and do some hiking. You can see the sun starting to come up. It's early rising. Sun comes up every day in the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum to bring in happiness, I hope, and some fun. You guys can laugh at me. Apparently, I have a couple people watching the show that I didn't know. And when I went to we'll talk about it. But anyway, I just found a bunch of people who are watching. I'll have to post some things that they said. So it's pretty awesome. And hey, have a great day. It's Sunday. Enjoy your weekend. And have fun. Happy scrumming. And take care. See ya. Bye.